Happy Saturday, guys. Thanks for joining the stream today. Appreciate it. Today we're going to be flying X-Plane 11 in VR because I haven't had time to update Microsoft Flight Simulator, unfortunately. It's been a hectic week for me, but appreciate you guys joining on this lovely winter Saturday morning after the Northeast was just blasted with another snowstorm. It's definitely been the winter of snow for sure here in the Northeast. But appreciate you guys joining the stream. Yeah, so we're going to be in X-Plane 11 using the HP Reverb G2. What you're seeing is actually the mirror from X-Plane 11 blown up a little bit, so it just fills the screen a little bit more, which is really the best option I have right now for streaming with the G2. Unfortunately, there's the Windows Mixed Realities preview and the Steam preview are awfully jittery, so this is really the best option. So sorry, I apologize for the two black marks on the side there. Skid Mark, how you doing this morning? Thanks for joining. I apologize for those two black marks there, but on the side, the two black bars, but is what it is. And it gives you the best visibility. Anyway, lots of stuff going on in the PC world, especially in the area of GPUs and graphics cards. We're going to get into that a little bit today. Some thoughts I have about NVIDIA's latest move to nerf the RTX 3060. Which actually, that 3060 at I think that's a suggested retail $329, so probably aftermarket cards are going to be about $350. is really like a sweet spot card. And what they're basically doing is they're nerfing it to reduce the ability of a gamer to mine, if they want to mine cryptocurrency with their GPU part-time, which to me is pretty terrible. Hey, Bombasso, thanks for joining. Good morning. Yeah, so we're going to talk more about that, but let's first get into what we're going to be doing today in X-Plane 11. So let me get my Chrome window up here. All right, so we're going to be in FSEconomy, and I got a flight all prepared here. We got a DA. We're going to be flying the DA 62 from Davidson Airport. I've got one stranded from our group. Not stranded, but I think I flew it there. Forgot to fly it back. So 108 miles back to Cape May. We only have 4 passengers. This plane seats 6, but so we're going to just make sure we don't have any more here that have cropped up. Nope. So we got 4 passengers going back. Going to be flying for VR Aviation, the group. 80 gallons of gas already in the tank. Cold and dark from KDAA, which is where we are right now. And we're going to get this. This route's pretty simple. Let's go to Sky Vector. So we're going to go KDAA to Cape May. And we're going to take the... Oh, not Peeps. Not Peeps. Yeah. Uhulu route. Which actually, you know what? Let's just make a separate flight plan for that. So we're going to download that to my PC. And I use my little scripting program to create a flight plan, which you guys can't see, but I'm just doing that in the background here real quick. Boom. And let's make sure that's right. It is. Then we'll be able to load this right up into the G1000 X-Plane. A great feature. You know, one of the little overlooked features that. Hey, Rodolfo, how you doing? Actually, I posted it on the video this morning. Yes, the giveaways ended, so check it out there. Actually, I'll show you here in a second. Give me 1 second, and I'll show that. But yes, I posted a winner. I used the comment picker software and picked a winner at random. So yes, if you look at that video, you'll see the winner there. So let's, but we'll get to that in a second. I was planning on talking about that. Anyway, so that's going to be our flight. And yeah, so pretty simple. Let me get in the plane here. And actually, what I can do, nice thing about VR is, oh, we're going to talk about the G2 update, the latest update for X-Plane 11. So this is the chat pop out. So if I go there and I do best quality, this is Move VR. You can get this on xplane.org. Great piece of software. I'm not sure if there's an update. I should check. This is version 0.1.1. There's probably an update. I should check. So we move to VR. And now I've got chat right in the plane here, which is awesome. The wonders of virtual reality. I can get rid of this. And I can make this a little bigger so I can see it. This is a floating window inside the cockpit, which is awesome. There you go. Now I got chat. I'll put that up there for the time being. Take 6, how you doing? You didn't know Xenviro didn't work in VR. I didn't know that either. All right. Actually, what I need to do here is I need to turn off. I'm going into the diamond. Let's see. I want reflections off. One thing you have to remember with this is you need to make sure you disable this enable 1000 MFD flight plan mouse feature. These two, you want to make sure these are disabled because that causes major frame rate loss. You just got to make sure you do that. Only shows in one eye. That's not good. All right, let me get my stuff centered here. For some reason, I'm a little tilted in the G2. So let's, let me get me. All right, so we're going to get the electric master on. And we got fuel on. That's important. Okay. And we're going to get our fuel pumps on. Well, let's get these masters on. That one. Masters on. Get our left fuel pump on. I mean, our right fuel pump and left. And what we got to do is press this little button and this plane should start. Let's get our throttle at 3/4, or 1/4, I should say. And it should start up. Beautiful. We'll start that other engine over there. All right, she started. Beautiful. We don't need the fuel pumps. Get our pitot heat on to get the avionics master on. All right, I'd like to have our flight plan right there so we can read it. Beautiful. Go back to throttle, or so I should say idle. Do I still use a riff? No, dude. Look at the title. I'm using a Reverb G2. Reverb G2. The Rift is long gone. All right, so let's get the flight plan in here. Turn this. Get the cursor. I have this thing under flight plan. FMS. Boom. Put that in there. There's our flight plan. KDAA to Hulu to what do you call it? Cape May. All right, so that's all set. We're going to fly at an altitude of, we can go to 5,000 today. We're going to get nav on. We're going to get vertical speed, fly. We'll climb at 700 feet per minute. That should get us up just fine. And we'll set our flaps to takeoff. And guess what? That's about it. I could put you guys right here. Let's see if this is a good place to put you guys. Yeah. Or actually, over here is probably better. Right there. There you go. You guys are right there. All right. Now, for some reason, again, the Reverb G2 is tilted here. Seems to straighten out once I take off. It's got to do with the way when I turned it on. I guess it was tilted or whatever, so it usually straightens out. All right, so we're all set here. Just letting the engine kind of warm up a little bit. Yeah, I don't use Xenviro. I just use like standard clouds and stuff. I just use X-Plane weather. Haven't upgraded that. All right, so our runway's over there. We're going to take off to the south, or I guess to the east, really. Runway's right there, so we'll just taxi over. And I tell you, this the Reverb G2 is so crystal clear, especially since I got these inserts from VR Wave. Folks, they were kind enough to give me to send me a set of readers. They're 1.25 plus readers with blue light filtering. I gotta tell you, man, it makes a big difference. It really does. Your Move VR screen only shows black. You gotta figure out. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have never had a problem with Move VR. It's been a savior, so I can, read chat. Although, I will tell you that the text looks a little blurry, so I think there's probably, I'm going to check and see if there's an update. In fact, let me just look right now to see if there's an update from what I have here. So, Move VR. All right, there is a new version. Version 0.1.2. I got 1.1, so I'm just going to download that for future reference, and then I'll install that some other time. But it really is a great application. Anyway, so that's installed. Oh, sorry, that's downloaded. Let's get FSEconomy. Got to log in there. Have I tried the twin turbos in FS 2020 since the last update? No. No, actually, Conrad, I have not updated yet. I just haven't had time to do it. I was planning on streaming FS 2020 today, but again, I haven't had a chance to update it, so we're going to explain. But I'm going to do that later. I've been doing a lot of mining on my computer because some of the cryptos that I'm mining are really taking off. We can talk about that if you guys like to. All right, so let's see here. All right, we're ready to go. Brakes are off. It's so clear. Oh my God. I'm so glad I got these inserts. It makes a huge... I always often wondered when I had a CV1 if having these if having like readers would make a difference. And I'm telling you, for me, it makes a difference. Some people, it doesn't make a difference. For me, it makes a big difference. Everything is like crisp, so clear now. Wow. Looks amazing. So how do you get paid for crypto mining? Do you go to an ATM? No, you don't go to an ATM. I mean, there are some machines where you can buy Bitcoin specifically, but I don't mine Bitcoin. I mine Ethereum, Ravencoin, and Zill. Those are the three that I mine. Ravencoin has been going absolutely crazy the last 2 days. I started mining it when it was about 2 cents a coin, and now today it hit 30 cents a coin. It's settled back down, I think, now to around 23 cents. But Ravencoin's been going absolutely nuts. But to answer your question, you need to have what they call a wallet. You can either have a software wallet or hardware wallet or both. It's basically like a virtual wallet that you store your cryptocurrency in, okay? And in order to exchange it for what we call fiat or normal U.S. dollar currency, the wallet and the exchanges have the ability to do that. So you could take your Ethereum and turn it into U.S. dollars and then withdraw it, okay? So you need like there's a kind of a process to do it, but it's pretty proven out. You have 1/10 of an ETH you mined about 5 years ago. Well, it's already hit 2,000 today, Conrad. I'm not sure if you check it, but it's hit 2,000 today. All right, so we're ready to take off. We got our flight plan locked and loaded. Let's get the hell out of here. See, I never used to be able to read that percentage of load. Now I can read it. It's awesome. And I like Microsoft Flight Simulator, but X-Plane 11's VR is still the winner. Smooth as silk. Look at this. Smooth as silk. HP Reverb G2 1080 Ti. Smooth as silk. All right. We're doing contours. I guess Look at that. I forgot to make that change. So the runways follow the contours. I don't like that. I like it when they're flat. All right, we're off and running. Alan, how you doing? Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Good day to you, too. All right, let's get autopilot on. All right, so a couple things I wanted to talk about today. First is the new update, 11.52 for X-Plane 11, which they said there were some configuration, some changes for the G2. Well, they really didn't. What I've seen is they haven't really fixed this, or they haven't made it simple, okay, to use a G2 controller in X-Plane 11. It still looks like the X-Plane 11 generic controller. You can set the palm button, okay, and the push down button, okay, to bring up. They actually are the same thing. You can't separate them. So the palm button and the push down joystick button that I found are the same exact command. So, you know, in the old with the Rift controllers, the touch controllers, you would basically use the joystick, or I forget how you did it, but you would envelop the menu, which I don't have configured here. For some reason, the configuration stopped working, and then you would use the joystick to select whichever option you wanted. That doesn't work that way on this. And what I'm trying to get at is they didn't set it up so that it's plug and play. All right. What I was hoping for is that Laminar would come up with a release where they had a picture of what a G2 controller looks like, and it would be plug and play. So it would just work, just like it did with the touch controllers. They didn't do that. So you still have to monkey around and configure it the way you need to configure it. I haven't had time to do that yet. They did add teleporting, so you can press down on one of the buttons. I'm not going to do it now. The A or B button to teleport. It's kind of clunky. Doesn't work like it worked with the touch, where you could push down on the joystick to teleport, or push forward, I think it was, and then push down to where you wanted to go. They need to work on it still, in my opinion, right? There were some other corrections, I guess, bug fixes in 5.2, 11.5.2. I'm not sure what they were, but it seems to be running fine. I upgraded to it. It seems to be running fine. I mean, VR certainly is still smooth. Very smooth. So, happy about that. Yeah, but they need to get their act together with the G2 controllers, in my opinion. All right, so climbing through 2,400 feet. If you're going to get involved with cryptocurrency, Coinbase is probably the most popular exchange and wallet that you're going to find. They're actually planning. I think they're planning on going IPO soon. So they're Coinbase. I would check out Coinbase, and then hardware wallet. I use a Ledger Nano X. The hardware wallet is basically like taking the coins and taking it off the internet and putting it in your own device, so no one can get to it. It's very secure, and because some exchanges have had some issues with being hacked or whatever. In fact, even Ledger, I think, had a hack at one point, but they corrected that. So you want to be careful, especially if you start to accumulate some decent net worth in cryptocurrency. You need to have ways to make sure it's protected. So the Nano Ledger is a way to do that, to take it off the network and put it on your device where it's actually controlled in the blockchain. So it's really a fascinating world that started getting into little bits by bits, and as a technology person, you start to learn more and more about cryptocurrency and blockchain and how it's basically changing the way businesses do business and people exchange goods and services and stuff. And it's really something that you want to understand, because it's going to hit people square in the face. And I would say fairly soon, especially when you've got, United States of America printing money like it's going out of style. Trillions of dollars they're printing to give away to citizens during this pandemic. So that's really, I think that's causing the cryptocurrencies to increase in value because of the deflation potential, or inflation potential. Anyway, enough of that. Climbing through 4,000, getting up to 5,000. Conrad says, I had to incorporate my Vibe controllers with the Odyssey plus HMDX plane. Oh, okay. The Odyssey controls were flaky. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that they were kind of flaky. I'm just waiting for Laminar to come up with a creative plug-and-play solution for the G2 controllers. Come on. This thing's been out since November. They really should do that. I mean, unless I'm missing something, I spend a reasonable amount of time trying to figure that out. Hey, Tazzy, how you doing? Your exams are done. Well, welcome back. Hopefully your exams went well for you. Now, you're the guy that's working on getting your pilot's license, right? If I remember correctly. Our climbing going to be leveling off here at 5,000. Start to increase speed here. Oh, dude, you're down in Texas? Yeah. That's terrible, man. It reminds me of when we had Hurricane Sandy here in the Northeast. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Hope things are going okay for you down there. I gotta tell you, is that sound a little bit loud, that external sound? Let me just fix that. It seems pretty loud. Go to sound. Let's see, radios. We want exterior down a little bit. That's the oxygen sound. So I gotta, that I can fix here. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Why is that so loud? Let me get the master down a little bit then. That's a little better. Alright, I just don't want that to be overpowering from my discussion. So yeah, so pretty bad in Texas. Oh, you're the guy that hates the TBM and keeps saying superior PC-12. Yes. Gotcha. Yeah, we had that. We had that with Sandy, Bimbasso, where stores were empty and we were actually out of power for 9 days. You know, although I think New Jersey and the Northeast are a little bit more Although you guys are, you guys don't get a lot of storms like that, so we seem to be pretty prepared here when those kinds of things happen. Although Sandy was pretty bad, but it'll get back to normal. You just gotta. I remember waiting in line for gasoline and keeping the generator going for 9 days, and it was a nightmare. Ended up having to go to a local airport and get Jet A. I put Jet A in my generator, leaded fuel. It was amazing. The thing worked fantastic. Oh, I don't know. Take 6. You're saying I don't know. I haven't been following on air. I just haven't had a chance this week. Did you hear that they resigned? I saw a posting on Discord yesterday. All right, let's look into that. I'm going to bring up Discord here. Let's see. Where's yeah, I'll take a look at that later, I guess. I mean, there seems to be support team people on there. Under announcements. We'd like to thank the support team for the good services. Also want to ensure that the on-air community that upcoming changes will be positive and not negatively affect quality service. We have hired a local resource to work in our office who is currently training. This person will. Okay, so they're basically going from volunteer support to paid support. It seems like that's what it seems like. Yeah, I think that's probably what's happening. I think these guys are volunteers that have been doing support, and they're probably tired of that. Well, before that one. The support team has made the decision to resign ahead of some upcoming changes by the support system. Our resignation takes effect at the end of the day. Wow. They didn't go into what the reason is. I don't know. To me, there shouldn't be any drama there. I mean, this is you're paying for that service. Just make it work. Why don't you know what I mean? Does X-Plane have multiplayer support? No, not internally, but you can, if you're part of like VATSIM or you're part of Pilot Edge, then it's basically multiplayer. VATSIM's free. Pilot Edge you got to pay for. All right, so we wanted to talk about the giveaway. So let's see. So let me go to my channel. Let's see. Hold on. Show you. Oh, I gotta show you guys what I'm doing here. If you guys are interested in crypto, make sure you check out my channel. I'm starting to post some videos about cryptocurrency, some stuff. I actually did a whole video on my opinion on what's going on with NVIDIA, and we're going to talk about that in a second with their nerfing of the 3060, which to me is ridiculous. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Glad you look forward to it. I appreciate you joining, man. we're going to get into the giveaway. So the giveaway, we don't need to look at the ad for River Mutual. So I posted this morning. The giveaway won to the Gobbled Gook. Yeah, so I used basically the this software that picks a random comment, and this guy won. This person won, I should say. So if you're the Gobbled Gook, contact me on Discord, private message. My Discord is in the description of this video, and I'll transfer the plane to you. Just need to verify that you're the actual person, etc., etc. And yeah, so the Gobbled Gook, there's his comment. He said he would love to TVM for his Wii fleet. Yeah. So Gobble won that. All right, so that was the winner of the what do you call it, thingy. So one thing I wanted to talk about was this whole idea of NVIDIA nerfing this soon-to-be-released RTX 3060. So what does that mean? And they've come out with this dedicated group of CMP HX cards for mining. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So, you know, NVIDIA's in a really powerful position, right? They're the #1 provider of GPUs. Yeah, AMD provides GPUs, but NVIDIA is the #1 provider. They've got a market that's in a shortage. So they're basically, they can't make them fast enough, right? They can't make them fast enough, okay? And the one premise I want people to remember as we talk about this is NVIDIA doesn't give a crap who buys their product, okay? A person, anybody with enough money to buy one of these from them, they don't care who it is, okay, at all. Just remember that. They're a corporation. They've got to report to Wall Street every quarter. They got to make their number. All they care about is how many GPUs they sell, period, okay? So the popular press, the PC press, the popular science says NVIDIA's latest effort to fix the graphics card shortage takes aim at crypto miners. Oh. The 3060 will automatically detect crypto mining activities and slow down performance by half. Okay. So what does that mean? Oh, this is popular science buying into NVIDIA's BS, in my opinion. All right. So NVIDIA's been hearing it from gamers. We can't buy cards. The miners buy all the cards. Blah, blah, blah. Make more cards. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Biggest problem to have is customers complaining about they can't buy your card because there's not enough of them. That's a big problem. It's the best problem in the world to have. All right. So now you got this 3660 coming out. I think it's around $225 retail, something like that. Okay. And what they're saying they're gonna do is, because the miners tend to buy up all these RTX 30 series cards to use them for mining because the cryptocurrency market's going crazy. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to nerf this card, and what I mean by nerfing is they're going to software disable this card so that it can't mine Ethereum efficiently. All right? Ethereum, which is the perceived most popular mined cryptocurrency there is right now. Well, that's not really completely true, because as of today, Ravencoin is really one of the most profitable. So, and that's a completely different algorithm. So the way it works is, you know, these GPUs have to execute algorithms to mine specific cryptocurrency. So for Ethereum has an algorithm, Ravencoin has an algorithm, Zill has, all these different cryptocurrencies have different algorithms, right? So what they're going to basically do, NVIDIA, is they're going to software inhibit the RTX 3060 from efficiently executing the algorithm for Ethereum mining. So instead of getting a hash rate of, let's say, 60 mega hash it's going to be 30 megahash, which they say will make it unattractive to miners. So anybody that wants to mine cryptocurrency won't buy this card. This is what they're thinking. Okay? And in an effort to help the miners, they've come out with a brand new suite of cards called CPM. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's talk about this first, the RTX 3060. So I don't know about you, but if I buy an RTX 3060, I want to choose what I do with it. If I want to game with it, I want to game with it. If I'm done flying and I want to mine Ethereum, I want to mine with it. Period. I bought the card. I spent the money. Don't tell me what the hell I can do with it. That's number one. Number two, if they think for a second that doing this is going to increase the availability of GPUs to gamers, are you kidding me? It's one card. They're not going to nerf the other cards because millions and millions of dollars have been spent on those cards for mining, and people who bought those cards would be up in arms if NVIDIA did that, and everybody would start buying AMD cards. Okay? All this is a publicity, this is my opinion. This is a publicity stunt on NVIDIA's part. Okay? Don't worry, gamers. The RTX 3060 isn't going to be bought up by miners and bots. Okay? Because we care about you, and we want you to buy our cards, not AMD's cards. Let me tell you something. Okay? These cards are going to get bought up by bots. You watch when this thing releases. I think it's next week it releases. The 28th, I think, is the date. You don't think these things are going to get bought up and then the first batch are going to get bought up and resold on eBay for 30, 40, 50% markup? Of course they are. That's what's going to happen. Okay? And you don't think that people are going to buy these to mine other cryptocurrencies? There's not just Ethereum. Whoever decided to do this doesn't understand how cryptocurrency mining works. People will buy the RTX 3060 to mine Ravencoin, okay, or to mine Conflux, or to mine ZIL, or to mine there's like hundreds of other coins you can mine. So this does not do anything except give outlets like Popular Science and PC Magazine the ability to print these NVIDIA favored articles saying how much they care about the gamers, so that the gamer population stays true to NVIDIA. Okay, so in my mind, it's a complete BS move. All right, and these people are buying these are news outlets are buying into it. Now these guys, Anatech, they tell it like it is. Right. NVIDIA nerfs Ethereum hash rate, launches CPM dedicated mining hardware. So they go, whole article, you should check this out. I'll put a link in the description. Okay? It's a good article. Check this out. I'll put a link in the chat. All right? They talk about nerfing the 3060 and how NVIDIA does not plan to nerf any of the already released RTX cards. Now, here's the chart you want to look at right here, okay? Hash rates. So this is basically the rate at which the card will mine the particular coin. We're talking about Ethereum here, ETH. Pardon me. So the current card right now, the best card right now to mine with is an RTX 3060 Ti, okay? Because it mines at 60 megahash, one of the highest here, but its power is only 120 watts of power used to mine that 60 megahash. So its efficiency is a 0.50, which you can see is super high. The next closest one is an RTX 3070, and this, I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen anybody report this, okay? Okay? So people are still going to be clamoring to get 3060 Ti's, because that's the hot card right now to mine Ethereum, okay? But look at these new mining cards, supposedly. The hash rates are awful, and the power rates are awful. So the closest one to this RTX 3060 is the 50HX at 45 megahash. It uses 250 watts of power. Twice as much power, okay, to produce less Ethereum? Why would I buy this card? Now, the only reason why I would buy this card is if it's dirt cheap, okay, and if it takes up less space and requires less cooling. Then there might be a reason to do that. But if it's producing 25 or I guess 75%, no, that's not 75%. I'm trying to figure out percent. It's whatever it is, 10, 20% less, I guess. But the power is double. This makes no sense to buy, right? So, and these guys say the only way these new CPM mining add-in cards make financial sense is they're really dirt cheap, around $600 for the 90HX. Otherwise, retail gaming GPUs seem to make be a lot more efficient. Absolutely. So when you read this article, you see through what NVIDIA is doing here. They're basically trying, it's a publicity to try to make gamers satisfied. All right. So anyway, that's just my little rant about NVIDIA. Makes you want to buy an AMD card. You know, in my mind, makes you want to buy an AMD card. Hey, Alan, so just milking bad guys into bad products. NVIDIA only cares to make money. Absolutely, they don't care about who buys their cards. Come on, they don't care about who buys the card. So anyway, I don't know about you, but I won't be buying 3060 Ti's unless the hash rate on Raven Coin is amazing. Then I might buy one. We'll see. But you know, the bots are going to buy those up too because they're not going to be able to make enough of those. What they need to do is they need to increase their manufacturing. They need to, and also you got to remember there's a memory shortage supply because of tariffs in China and other reasons, and production of silicon or whatever. So that has a lot to do with the shortage too. It's not just NVIDIA's manufacturing, right? So, pardon me, I had a tickle in my throat. And by the way, you don't think that cryptocurrency miners are going to be buying up 3060s to test them to see how well they mine Raven Coin? Which, by the way, Raven Coin, I think I mentioned this before, I started mining Raven Coin at like 4 cents a coin, and today it hit 30 cents. That's a major uptick in price. It's a solid coin that people are mining, and you don't think they're going to be looking at the 3060 to mine Raven Coin? Come on, it's so ridiculous, so ridiculous. And what's going to happen is, NVIDIA is going to get called out real quick as soon as people buy up the 3060s. The bots buy up the 3060s, and the gamers can't get them. And by the way, do I want to really use a 3060? I guess that's the sweet spot card. I don't know. But, you know, if you can't, now when gamers can't get their hands on those because they get bought up by bots and by people that want to mine Raven Coin, other algorithms than the Ethereum algorithm, what is NVIDIA going to do? They're going to nerf every algorithm that ever comes out? That's a black hole that they don't want to go down, right? Solve the problem by fixing your manufacturing, okay? Solve your problem by fixing the bot problem. Require the retailers that you sell to have software in place that limits the bots. The bots are the problems, right? The Chinese buying up all these GPUs, that's the problems. I would love to see stats on how many of these 30X cards have been bought by Chinese mining farms. I would love to see that stat. I don't know what it is, okay? But I would venture to guess that the number is absolutely significant. Anyway, that is my rant of on NVIDIA. All right, so we're coming into the Delaware Bay here. We're going to go down to 2,000 feet. Anyway. Are any of you guys planning on buying a 3060? It's got 12 gigabytes of VRAM. It may be a decent card for flight simulation. Pardon me. I am not sure about VR. I mean, I was looking at a 3080, 3070 or 3080, either one of those. A 3070. See, now I've become a quote unquote gamer / miner, right? So I look at the card from its ability to give me great VR experience, and also how I can use it to mine, because I want to use my computer to mine. You just bought and installed a 3070. Nice. Now, where did you get it, Bill, and how much did you pay for it, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, where did you get it, and how much did you pay for it? Because I would like to get my hands on a 3070. And I can't, and I don't want to pay a ridiculous price for it. I want to pay retail price for it. But I would like to get my hand on a 3070. I think the 3070 is a great, I think it would be a great card. Even it's, I forgot what it's, what do you call it is? VRAM. You bought it on Amazon? Dude, really? $3070. All right, we got 8 gigabyte VRAM. All right, reasonable. I always kind of thought the 3070 was like the sweet card, you know? You bought a 3090. Curious what you paid for that. You paid $1,069. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. That's 3089. Sweet spot. Okay, 3080. Yeah, so you basically, Bill, you basically paid twice retail for that. Because retail is about $500 for the 3070, so you paid a lot for that. You paid $1,200 for the 3090. That's good. That's a great. Did you buy it? Did you buy it? Like, did you go in and buy it, or did you buy it online, or? Yeah. Oh God. Lucky. You knew a Best Buy employee. That's how it has to work, man. You gotta know someone to get it. Yeah. I'm trying to get my hand on a 3070. I think 3070 is the sweet spot card. I really do. I think it's fine. It would be fine enough for graphics. It's a really good card for, I remember you saying you bought an Alienware with a 3080. That's probably a good deal right there. Because basically 3080 is what, $800, $850, something like that. So that's a pretty good price, skid mark, for that deal. I wonder what you could sell if you could buy the Alienware with the 3080 and then just sell the computer without the 3080. You know. So guys, if you haven't joined the VR Aviators group, go on Facebook, please. Check out, just search for VR Aviators and join the group. 3,100 members, all talking about VR and X-Plane and FS2020 and other flight simulations. So it's a really great group. So make sure you check that out, guys. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Bambino Tech. Please do that. I'm trying to build up my Instagram followers. So if you could follow me on there, I'd appreciate it. Bambino Tech. You can see it. You can see it right up here on the upper left. Bambino Tech on Instagram. Cracker, how you doing? Cracker, the amazing FSEconomy pilot. Oh, Bill, dude.
Bill
Thanks
Roberts
again, man.
Dropped $20 in super chat. Thanks.
Hey, Bill, thank you again.
Towards your 3,070.
You're the man, Bill. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks a lot. Wow. You're the man. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks for the supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Alrighty, we're going to take off autopilot here and get ourselves into Cape May after that amazing super chat by Bill. Thanks, man. How do you like the 3070 with, are you using which headset are you using, Bill? Can't remember. Yeah, well, what can I say, dude? I love the Yankees. Thankfully, baseball's starting up. G2. All right, so I got to ask you a question. Did you get your 3070 yet? And if so, what kind of graphics settings are you running with FS2020 with the G2? Are you able to get to high settings with the 3070? That's my curious question. And are you running at like 100% rendering or 90% rendering? Because a 3070 with X-Plane 11 in VR is overkill. So that's why I'm trying to find the sweet spot card for, VR aviation, right? And I really believe it's a 3070. I believe the 3070 is the sweet spot card. Because I'm using a 3080 Ti, high settings here, and I've got my G2 at 100% rendering, and it's smooth as silk. You can't do high. Okay. So you're running like medium kind of settings, I guess? I gotta tell you, FS2020 is a GPU hog. I mean, this is smooth as silk, man. The question is, too, like, if you go for a 95 on all slide settings and medium and everything. Okay. Well, that's pretty reasonable. That means it's a pretty good experience. I guess when you fly, when you're using FS2020 and X-Plane like I am, touchdown at Cape May, by the way, I think you got to take into consideration what's going to happen with X-Plane on 12, right? Because this next GPU buy, is, at least for me, is probably like a 3-year buy. going to get over here on the... get off the runway here. We'll do another flight. I want to fly to... what do you call it? Alexandria. I haven't been to Alexandria in so long. I miss flying to Alexandria. Alright. Let's get that brake on. Alright, let's see. Alright, we finished the flight. Bill, again, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm thinking that the 3070 is a sweet spot card, right? From power perspective, you know, it would be overkill for X-Plane 11. And it would be reasonable for FS 2020. That's the way I kind of look at it. I mean, you know, I don't know. Skid Mark, you're the man. Thank you, dude. Thank you. All right, let's see what we did here in FSEconomy. Thanks for following me on Instagram, man. Appreciate that. Hey, Danielle Benedini, fellow Italian. Thanks for following me there. Subscribing. Let's see. Let's go to log here. Aviation. This is not going to be a big winner. $700. But let's find another flight. So let's go to. Let's see. Sorry. Well, let's go to log and let's go to here, and we're going to stay in the same plane. One of my favorite planes, the Diamond. And what do we got going from? Can we go there? Oh yeah, we can go to N85. We got plenty. We can load up 1, 2, 4, let's see, six players we can put in here, right? 6 people. We're gonna go to N85, and let's just take a look at N85 to see if we got a flight back. Yeah, I'll grab those up too. Alright, so that's our flight back. Flying for VR Aviation. Make sure when you fly for VR Aviation, just check that. And we got 69 gallons of fuel, which should be plenty to get us to where we're going. Got full seats, and I already have a flight plan in for N85. No, I haven't used Twitch for a while, Skidmark. It's because I've got, 15,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I just feel like it's a better use of my time, All right, so let's go to flight plan, and let's just bring this over here. We're going to go scroll this, and I want to get my thing on and I want to scroll down to I got all these flight plans in here. Going to N85. Round trip. See, we got a round tripper right in there. What? Delete the old flight plan. Let's go to flight plan. Enter. Okay, there we go. Now our flight plan's in there. We kind of take the long way back. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Right. Quick and dirty. Okay. So let's go to... We'll fly at 4,000. And we've got our flaps to take off. And we're going to be taking off to the north. Oh, you got your free stuff from... Yeah, me too. I just don't... I just don't, I probably should stream on Twitch more. Let's get to Chrome window off. Sorry about that, guys. I had the Chrome window on there. All right, so we're all set here. Departing to Alexandria. I mean, for me, like, if I bought a 3070, what difference is it going to make for me in X-Plane 11? I'm already running like 100% with the 1080 Ti. So if I'm buying a 3070, it's for FS 2020, which I do like, but so the question is a 3070 improve the VR experience enough in FS 2020 to warrant spending? I'm not spending, I'm going to spend retail on it. I don't have the coin to overpay for it. Some people do. I don't. All right, gear up, flaps up. Well, I know what I'd be able to do. I'd probably be able to turn trees on again, because right now I eliminate all trees. So Bill, are you happy with the 3070? With FS 2020? The other question I wanted to ask you is, do you know what clocking speed your memory is? Is it like 3600 megahertz or is it 2400 megahertz? Because that makes a difference too. I don't understand why. I mean, 32 gig of RAM is absolutely 100% sufficient. Now, FS 2020, I think 8 gigabytes of VRAM is probably plenty. You were hoping to get the high settings. Yeah, I think even on the 3090, I've seen videos of 3090 users on high settings with stuttering. Because you got to remember that you've got this whole concept of cloud-based scenery, right? So the internet plays a part in latency. So, yeah. I mean, it's probably a 3070 is probably what, like 30%, 40% improvement over a 1080 Ti, I would say. So the question is, like, for me, for example, I've got a 1080 Ti. I've got some 1660 Ti's on order that I'm going to be using for mining, right? So the question I have is, like, if I'm going to buy a 3070, then the 1080 Ti would go straight for mining into my mining unit, and then I'd use a 3070, so I gain like 30% in experience on FS 2020. It's not going to give me any major difference in X-Plane, right? So those are the things you got to think about. So Bill says, let's see, so you got 3070 Super RAM, DDR4, 3200, okay. You got it, okay. Yeah, I mean, 3200 megahertz RAM should be fine. I mean, a 3070, to me, a 3070 with FS 2020 in the G2 should be amazing. I mean, what do you have your OpenXR at? Do you have that? What rendering do you have that at? curious, Bill. You know, OpenXR, do you have it at like, what rendering do you have it at? 50, 60, 70? You might want to try playing with that. And also, VR Flight Sim guy just did a video on setting of OpenXR, and he's been tinkering with turning off rear and on projection and stuff, some other stuff. You might want to check out his latest video. He's got a video on that. So tinkering with, you got it at 95. Yeah, so you might want to just throttle that back a little bit, I guess. Like, I use it at, I have OpenXR at 50 or 60, I guess that's 60 now, for the 1080 Ti. So you might want to throttle that back to like 80. See how that does. Watch, I would go to VR Flight Sim Guy's channel and check out that video he just did. That might help you. He talks about tinkering with OpenXR. OpenXR is really the secret, I think, to smooth VR flight with FS 2020. So that's where you really need to play, you know. The skid mark, a 3080X plane 11, everything turned full blast. You get a weird shading on the cow. Yeah, you can't go to full on the top, whatever that top graphics is. Hold on, let me just pull it up here. Give me a second, so you guys will see this. So if I go to graphics settings, this visual effects, I never go to full here because when I do that, you get like this weird line across the display, and it's like odd. Like when you move your head in a strange, like you look in a strange way, you get some really strange visual deterioration. So I always leave this on high. I never go above that. All right. What you can probably do is the higher your card, the higher the anti-aliasing that you can put up, and obviously, you know, all the left side is generally GPU, all the right side is generally CPU, right? So yeah, I would say that try backing that off, and you might get rid of that cowl thing. Yeah, I would try backing that setting off, because when I put it on the high setting in VR, it was with the CV1 as well as the G2. For some reason, it gets a strange anomaly that, like, kind of makes you go cross-eyed. So I always just back that off. Yeah, that video, he goes into a little bit of detail of the OpenXR app. And yeah, that's the one you need to really pay attention to dial that in. And I think, you know, for me, the dial in for a 1080 Ti has been OpenXR at hey KB, I'll talk about that in 1 second. The OpenXR at 50 or 60 resolution. And rear projection is off, although he says try to put it on, but I have a lower card. And then in FS 2020, I have rendering set at like 90. I think 90. And that seems, and then my settings are usually medium. The other thing is there's this one, I don't know, Bill, if you know about this. Great article. Hey Edwin, how you doing? Good morning. Appreciate you joining. Right now we're flying up to Alexandria in northern New Jersey. All right, the bang for the buck article, guys. Bill, especially check this. Make sure you check this out, because this is how you can tweak settings for VR in FS 2020, and which ones have a higher effect on FPS. and frame time, which we all know is more important than FPS. So make sure you check this out. All right, this is important. Right, this bang here. I'll show it to you guys here. It's this bang for the buck performance article. This is an excellent article. They go into the percentage of FPS loss from highest to lowest based on the settings. Okay, so there's things like down here, like texture resolution and texture synthesis and windshield effect and all this stuff. You can like boost all these up. Okay, but these up here, like render scaling, volume, the clouds, ambient inclusion, buildings, reflection, these are all the settings you have to be really careful of. So you can basically tailor this, right? Like, for example, I know in mine I've got all these like boosted up, cockpit refresh rate, because they have minimum effect. Excellent article, but you need to use this in conjunction with OpenXR. Hopefully that was helpful. All right. Let's see. The latest update explained, fixed the G2 controllers. Yeah, I talked about that early on there at KAB. I mean, they work, but they didn't. Laminar hasn't come up with a plug-and-play option to configure G2 controllers, if that's your question. I was hoping that was going to be part of the update, but that's not what happened. I guess they fixed some issues that some people were having with them, okay? But you still need to configure it yourself. Now, you can configure, like, teleporting and all that, but it's kind of, again, you got to do all your configuring yourself. I was hoping there was going to be like a plug-and-play. You know, the picture in there is still the picture of the old Windows Mixed Reality controller, not the new one that comes with the G2. So to answer your question, they kind of half-ass fixed it. I can show you what I mean here. Let me just pull it up here. So if I go to joystick, oh, it won't show it now because I'm flying. I don't know. Usually it shows a picture of the controller right here, but I'm not going to mess with it because I don't want to mess with my. I don't want to mess with my. My configuration. Oh, look at that! Now I'm back a level. The G2 corrected itself. No problem, KB. Yeah, I was hoping that they would fix that, but unfortunately they didn't fix that properly. It should be, in my mind, it should be plug and play. If you got a G2, you plug in your G2, and boom, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Remember tag team? Whoop, there it is. Anyway. I have to figure out why the window looks so blurry. The Move VR window looks so blurry for me. This has been a problem. I'm going to have to maybe if I update it, it might fix it, but for some reason it's blurry and kind of hard to read. Let's see where we are here. So we got 70 miles to go, so we got 24 minutes. Yep, just like the Oculus controllers. You basically configured them and they just worked. You don't have to worry about configuring this button or that button. Just do it. All you need to do is go out, buy a G2, have someone sit there for an hour, configure it, make a configuration file, code it up, put an image of the thing in there. Boom. Come on. Please. Help us all out. Smooth experience. So Skid Mark, you're still using a CV1. Okay, so you got a 3080, so that must be like, you know, you're running completely 100% rendering and everything. So Bill, I hope you'll report back if that article helped you, because I think it will. It helped me quite a bit. I spent a good hour going through it and configuring FS 2020, and it made a huge difference. It really did. So guys, if you haven't hit the like button, if you please would, I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you'll enjoy some more of the content. We stream every Saturday here, 10 a.m. Usually X-Plane 11 or FS 2020 VR flight sim. I was thinking about, and I'll ask you guys, since you guys are the loyal followers here that show up every Saturday, and I do appreciate that. I was thinking about maybe throwing in a stream where I do like PC tech. My Instagram is Bambino Tech. Right on the top, you should see it right on the top there, top left, Bambino Tech. If you follow me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I was thinking about doing some streaming on PC tech stuff. Like I have this old Dell computer that was actually my father-in-law's, God rest his soul. And I was using it for something, and it's gotten to the point where it's, you know, archaic. So I'm going to be ripping it apart and selling it off for parts. The motherboard, the CPU, it's got a graphics card in there, an old one. The memory, I just went through it, did some checking on eBay, and I could sell it for, if I piece parted out, I could sell it for like $130 worth of parts. Why not, right? So I was thinking about doing a stream, ripping that apart, doing some PC stuff, chatting about some PC building stuff. I'm also building a small mining rig. That someone asked me about that before. It's going to be a case-based, like a PC case-based rig with hopefully 3 GPUs in it. Open air. I'm going to leave the cover off. I've got all the parts here except the GPUs. I'm hoping they'll be here by the end of the month. And I was still thinking about doing some videos on building that. I actually have a series I'm going to be doing on building that, but maybe some live streams. Question is, like, would you guys be interested in seeing a live stream of like PC stuff, PC tech stuff, or would you rather stick to the VR flight sim stuff, which is fine with me. I love doing that too, and it's, you know, for me it's a dedicated couple of hours where I fly every week, you know. It's amazing because even though I'm looking for a job, I seem not to have much time. So I lost my job end of January, and the company that I was working for got bought out, and it's a long story, but it's not that bad. I get a decent package and everything, but I'm looking for a new job, and I need to find a new job, but day job, I should say. But all this other stuff that I'm interested in, flying, music, cryptocurrency, etc. I have a whole YouTube channel that I do for home recording and stuff. I just don't. It's amazing how much time I don't have. So anyway, but yeah. So it seems like you guys are silent about it. So I guess you're not really into the PC stuff. At least seeing live streams on Saturday mornings. So we'll keep Saturday mornings to flight sim. Yeah, it's still looking. Got a few things in the hopper. Thinking about maybe starting my own company. You'd be interested to stream on your mining build. Okay, cool, Edwin. Yeah, you asked a question about that before. I may do that as separate streamings, yeah. You would like to see flight sim stay the majority of content. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I'll keep the Saturdays to flight simming and VR and stuff, because that's really the bulk of the channel, and that's what we're mostly interested in. And they throw in a stream here, like during the middle of the week or whatever, where we do like PC stuff. I did a PC, I call it PC tech bench kind of thing, a workbench. So maybe Edwin will do that. So yeah, I'm building, I'm not building an open air rig like a lot of the rigs you see. I'm building a PC based rig. I found a case I think will work. I'm using an old motherboard that was in my gaming PC. Yeah, I will, Skidmark, for sure. I will for sure. So it's a gaming PC build, well, mining build. Plan is to put 3 1660 Ti's, which I have on order. Supposed to be here by the end of the month. And use it to primarily mine Raven coin. Because, if you're involved with cryptocurrency, you got to be concerned about DAG size. Now, the 1660s are 8 gigabyte. DAG size is basically, think of it as like the amount of VRAM that you need to run the software that mines the currency. So, like, Ethereum is approaching 8 gigabytes. I guess it's approaching 6 gigabytes. So you need a card that's at least 8 gigabytes, I think, or maybe you can still do it with a 6 gig card. Yeah, the 1660s are 6 gig cards, so they could still mine Ethereum. But probably sometime next year they won't be able to, because the DAG size it increases all the time. Anyway. So, but this mining rig that I'm building is a first attempt. It's based on the board that I had before. I bought a Celeron CPU. I got all the parts to build it, just waiting for the GPU. So yeah, I'll probably be doing some streams on building that. It'll be in a separate room, on a separate, its own power to my breaker box. And it'll be my first. I'm probably going to run Hive OS, which is the miner's OS, rather than Windows. It's cheaper, it's Linux based, more efficient. So probably going to run Hive OS on there. And what I'll probably do is, the case was like $100. Once I get this going, I may buy an open air rig and just move everything out of the case into the open air rig. We'll see, but this is the first attempt. So, yeah, so that should be fun. So we'll do some streams separately during the week having to do with mining and PCs and stuff like that. And we'll keep this stream to VR flight simulation. Skidmark, are you into home recording? Are you into music? Whoa. You have 15 guitars, but you can't really play? Holy crap, dude. Yeah, I used to do Rocksmith. I actually used to stream rocks. I streamed Rocksmith for a little while on Twitch. And then I gotta tell you, I've been playing guitar for 40 years, right? I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm a pretty good guitar player. I have like 6 guitars, but I was doing Rocksmith, and I just couldn't get into it. I'd rather just play like music, I got you into flying. All right, that's awesome. Now I'm getting you into mining. You have a 4-track from the 70s. What do you have, like the Tascam? You have a Tascam reel-to-reel, or you got the Tascam cassette? Because I had both of those, actually, at one point. I'm a true influencer. Well, Edwin, I hope these are all good hobbies, right? GNX. That number seems familiar. That number seems familiar. Is it a reel-to-reel, dude? Is it a reel-to-reel or a cassette? Yeah, so I'm, I don't know what band fuse is. What the hell is band fuse? Never heard of band fuse. Oh, band fuse is, oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha, band fuse. So you were into recording, but you can't play guitar. So I'm sure you're better than you say you are. That usually most guitar players, unless they're egomaniacs, will say that they're not that great. You know? But, oh yes, that's what I thought. GNX, that's a, okay. GNX is a Digitech, I think? Yeah, Digitech, that's what I thought, yeah. I remember, I didn't have that used. I use a 11 rack for guitar amp modeling, and I've got a analog pedal board as well for my live rig. And I'm actually thinking about selling my pedal board and going digital because it's just easier to carry around. Do I play real tablature? Yeah, I mean I can play tab, but most of the songs I know, I just know because I've been playing them for so long. You know, I don't read music. I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was 11 years old or 12 years old. It's a funny story. I started taking guitar lessons. My father, I told my father I wanted to learn how to play guitar when I was, 10 years old. And he said to me, okay, well, if you're going to learn how to play guitar, you need to learn how to play classical guitar. And I was like, dude, I said to myself, I don't want to play classical guitar. I want to learn how to play, Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and the Beatles. But I was 10, so those are the guitar lessons I was going to get. So he signed me up for guitar lessons with this Spanish guitar teacher. Really nice guy. And the old Mel Bay guitar book was what I was using, and I had this crappy Sears classical guitar with nylon strings, and I had to put my foot up on the footrest and play the guitar between my legs and all that stuff, and I hated it. I never practiced, and it actually got to the point where my mother would drop me off for my half-hour lesson. It was right next to McDonald's, and the guitar teacher used to say, okay, we're going to start your lesson in a minute, but here's 50 cents, here's $1, go over and buy yourself a hamburger and get me a cup of coffee. So he used to send me over to McDonald's to get him a cup of coffee. It was literally 100 feet away from where his studio was. So the first 15 minutes of my lesson was me going to McDonald's to get him a cup of coffee and a burger for myself. And then I'd come back and he would yell at me because I didn't practice. So then he probably told my parents, he's not practicing, you're wasting your money. So I stopped that, and then I got my first guitar was when I was 11. I got this old Kent guitar for Christmas my parents bought me. So I didn't give up. I said, I'll learn on my own. I'll learn on my own. And, you know, there was no YouTube back then. You know, my father played guitar. He strummed like folk music. He had this old folk, like kind of folky guitar. And I watched him play chords, and he showed me an A chord, a D chord, and a G chord. And I was off and running. And then I just kind of like, I don't remember, but I think I had a chord chart. And I would listen to songs like Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young and Black Sabbath and Deep Purple and all those bands. I would listen to songs, and I learned how to play by ear. I taught myself how to hear an A chord, and I would just like fumble around until it sounded right. And I taught myself how to learn those songs by, I can't believe I'm talking about this. I haven't thought about this in so long. I taught myself how to learn those songs by just strictly by ear. And I had the Mel Bay, that's what it was. I had the Mel Bay book that had all the chords. So it would show me where to put my fingers to make the different chords. And I tried them all out, and I would figure out which ones worked. Uh-oh. Did I miss my... Holy crap, what the hell's going on here? What happened to my... I forgot to put on nav. I forgot to turn on nav. I'm way off course here, so hopefully I just turned on the nav, and hopefully this will get me back to where I'm going here. Ha ha ha. Here I am flying off course. Anyway, I taught myself how to play by ear. Let's see if the clock starts going backwards here, because I was dumb in my Sorry, how you doing? Pretty dumb. Well, the good news is the plane turned around. Where the hell am I? Boy, if you have to say that when you're flying a plane, you're in pretty rough shape. All right, we're going backwards now, so we're heading towards our destination. Oh, wait a second. What am I doing here? Let's do this. Let's go to flight plan. Let's go to this guy, and let's go to activate leg. Because we're probably pretty close to where we should be. We're just going to go straight to the airport, and then we'll figure out once we get there. Rather than go around. I was lost in Guitar World. You know, guitar is my true, like, next to my family and my wife, right, and my own life. Playing guitar is my true passion. It's my true passion. You kind of like, you get to my age, right? Older in life, right? You kind of figure out what you're good at and what you're not, you know. Yeah, I know. I messed up, dude. I messed up totally. Well, I got 32 minutes to the airport, so we got more time to BS. Good thing I caught it. I'm in somewhere in upstate New York right now. Oh, well. But yeah, I mean, when I start talking about guitars, dude, it's like, that's it. That's it. Because it's my passion. It's like, you know, you think, like I was going to say, in life, at least for me, I've come to the time in my life where you sort of like know what you're good at, and you know what you're decent at, and you know what you're not good at, right? So, like, I'm pretty good at sales, because that's what I do for a living, and technical stuff, because I started my career in technical networking and all that. So I'm pretty good at that, right? And that's because I've just developed those skills, right? Pretty good at communicating. But what I'm best at is playing guitar. Like, if you took everything. I think the thing I'm best at is playing guitar and being like a dad and a husband and that thing. You know, that's, which is good, I guess, right? Because those are super important things, like your number one passion and your family. Those, to me, those are like important things to be good at, right? Hope I have enough fuel. Yeah. De-ice level is low, but we don't need any de-ice. So when I start talking about guitars, I get lost because it is my passion. I mean, I can literally turn on my amp or take an acoustic guitar. I can literally sit for multiple hours just fiddling on the fretboard and never get bored. Never get bored. And I've been doing that for 40 some odd years. Right? And what's wonderful about it is that there's always something more you can learn about it, you know? There's always something. I was watching, there's this really great YouTuber. He's a great blues guitar player that I watch. His name is Justin Johnson. If you're into blues guitar, this guy's amazing. He's amazing. And I was watching this video from him about finger picking, and I finger pick, and I've got my own style. And I watched his style, and I'm like, wow, I could change this one thing and like have much more dexterity. So there's like something, like I've been finger picking for 30 years, but he taught me one little thing that instantly improved it. Now I got to spend a day or two working on that and building it into muscle memory, but this is what I love about playing guitar. Like, you can always improve. So Bill, so music is yours too. Cool. You got a BA in music from Fairleigh Dickinson. Awesome. And you went to Juilliard? That's awesome. You played at Carnegie Hall? That's insane, dude. That's awesome. Trumpet. Yeah, that's excellent. Excellent. So my son is also, I kind of passed music on to him. He got his first guitar when he was 12. And it's amazing. I have this video of him when he opened his present on Christmas morning, and it was his first. It was a Washburn acoustic, like $150 acoustic that I put better strings on, and I did some work on it to make it improve the action on it and stuff. And I turned it into a pretty decent guitar, but I wanted to make sure I didn't spend a lot of money because I wasn't sure where he was going to go with it. Although at 4 years old, we have a piano. He was literally going into the piano and playing songs, and like he would play a note, he would play like a D or an A, right? And he would like hum exactly what that note was. And I said, okay, the kid's got like perfect pitch. You could see it, right? And then he started like making up songs at like 5, and they were like songs that made sense, right? They made sense musically. They were like attractive, and they had like a little bit of earworm to them. I'm like, okay, better get this kid a guitar. Now he tells me now he wanted to really play piano, but he's happy he learned how to play guitar because he thinks it's just a cool instrument. But now he's a professional musician. He's a songwriter. He's got stuff out. He's doing really well with it, and so it's cool to see that passed on, But anyway, so Skidmark, you really trying to give golf a go? Yeah, I played golf for quite some time, actually, until my knees started to give out. But I put a lot of time into golf too when I was like in my 20s. Got pretty decent at that, but it's a great game. You play it for as long as your body will let you play it. That's for sure. But music is 100% my main passion. No question about it. And I got into home recording because for myself, because I do some writing, and also for my son when he was younger, to learn about the recording process. And I use it as an excuse to buy all the gear that I ever wanted to build a home studio. It's all DAW based. It's all Mac on a Mac Mini. But it's a pretty hopping system. I've got a nice mic and some nice preamps and stuff that allow me to produce high quality demo type stuff. But it was great because it gave him a canvas to learn the recording process, right? Learn how to overdub. He learned how to, he was using the DAW when he was like, 14, 15 years old. So when he went to college, he actually went to school for chemistry, but he got a part-time job in the music department doing like audio editing because he knew how to use Pro Tools. So it was pretty cool. And now he's, when he goes into the studio, he knows his way around a mixing board, right? He knows his way around equalization. He knows all the concepts of mixing and stuff. So it kind of like helped him instead of having to learn that, it's almost like it's like having it intrinsic. So anyway, so it's pretty cool. So that's why I missed my navigation, because I was talking about guitars. So it looks like we're only going to do the one leg here. But we'll get back, we're getting back on track here pretty quick. We got 25 minutes. We're heading east, so we were going west. So we were heading out in Pennsylvania. But that's got to be... I'm trying to figure out where the hell I am. Well, there's an airport. What is that? EVY? Oh no, I'm out in Maryland. MD03. Well, Buzzy. Let's see where Buzzy is. I see a waypoint there. We'll figure out where the hell we are. Buzzy. Let's see. BUZIE. No, it's not. It's okay. We're going to KWWD. We're going to N85 by way of Buzzy. All right, so we're out here. This is where we are. So we were flying. All right, so we're up to Delaware. So we're going to fly over Philadelphia. All right, that made sense because we took off. We took off this way, and had I turned on nav, we would have gone straight up north. But we kind of veered off a little bit, so we're right here. That makes sense. Just a tad off course. So you played at Carnegie Hall, Bill. Was it with a symphony? And didn't know that are you a New Jersey guy, or did you just go to school in New Jersey? If you don't mind saying, I don't mean to pry into your personal. I know where Hillsborough is. I absolutely know where Hillsborough is. You live in Indiana now. Okay. Gotcha. So you were born in Hillsborough. Or you lived in Hillsborough. 206 there. Hillsborough Diner. Let's see. What else? It's changed quite a bit, by the way, Hillsborough. What else is in Hillsborough? Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. Born in Plainfield. Okay. I know where Plainfield is. Route 22. In 1961. All right, well. Nice to have a fellow New Jerseyan in the stream. Although it's not the same place it was, that's for sure. It's become very expensive. My God, this is smooth. Wow, it's like, you know, it's, you know, I'm gonna take a step back here. VR. It's in VR commentary. I'm taking for granted how smooth this experience is, flying with the G2 and X-Plane 11 VR at high settings. This is amazing. This is basically what we all strived for, at least I strived for, when Laminar first announced they were going to have native VR. This experience here, this stutter-free, smooth experience, where you can, with the G2 now and these inserts that I'm using, I can pretty much have amazing vision. I mean, it's not, is it real life? No, the distance is still foggy, but you know, 6-7 miles out I can see pretty well. It's an amazing experience. It really is. And this is why I love flying in VR, because it just gives you that sense that I'm in a real Ti SC2. And I look out that right wing and I could just slowly see the scenery moving by, as it would in real life. Go outside the plane here, and you can see how smooth it is. I don't see any stuttering whatsoever. Now, a lot of that has to do with the CPU upgrade that I did. I went from an i7 6700 to a 10700K. That smoothness, a lot of that has to do with that upgrade. But this is just, I just wanted to take a second there to enjoy it, because all the struggles over the years trying to get this type of experience, and here it is. Smooth, clear, fun VR. It's great. Anyway. You're a Model 62. You played drums in a metal band back in the 80s, Conrad? Sold them when you were moved away to study electronics. Ah, you should pick up your kid again, dude. You should pick up your kid again. It's great therapy, at least for me. I mean, you know, being able to, like, I recently bought this. Paul Reed Smith is a guitar maker. Makes some beautiful guitars, but they came out with this Polar guitar, and it's like under $600. It's made in Asia, but it's Paul Reed Smith design, and I took a shot at it without playing it. Usually I'll play guitar before I buy. I mean, I have some nice guitars, right? So I buy good instruments. This is the one I have like maybe two. I think I have two Asian-made guitars, right? Now this was the second one. It's amazing though. It's got a great neck. It plays great. It's a small body. I keep it upstairs in my family room, so when I'll just turn, like I'm watching a Yankee game or something, I'll put it on mute and I'll just like fiddle around with the guitar, and I could really literally play this thing for like hours. And it just puts me in a zone where I'm not thinking about this issue or that issue or this problem or that problem or anything except the guitar. And it's basically like meditation, you know, focused meditation. So get yourself an electronic kit, Conrad, and start playing again. If you're interested in playing online, there's this website called Jamkazam where you can play online with other people. It takes up a lot of space. Yeah, I get you. You can get an electronic kit though; it doesn't take up as much space. They're kind of expensive for a good one, and you can put headphones on so your wife won't hear it. Roland makes really nice electronic kits. Entry level is probably about $1,200, but you could spend like $5,000 on their high-end one, and they apparently feel like real drums. There's Philadelphia right there. But yeah, Zen and the art of playing an instrument. Look at how smooth that is when I turn my head. I mean, you guys probably don't see it as much as I do, but there's no jagged or, you know, stuttering or delay or latency whatsoever. It's just a smooth panning. It's great. Yep, there's Philadelphia. All right, Conrad, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Always good to chat with you. Yes, there is. Well, not SkyVector, but you can use Flight Plan Go. Well, wait. If you have an iPad, you can use, for the X-Plane, you can use Flight Plan Go. It's free. I actually use that, but I don't have it set up today. Or you can, if you want to spend money, ForeFlight will work with the iPad and X-Plane 11. And I didn't know there was a mod for FS 2020 with SkyVector. So it shows you on your PC where you are. Huh. Let's see if we can find that. And SkyVector moving map. Ooh. Are you using this, Bombasso? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I have it on you can do this with X-Plane Flight Plan Go on an iPad. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you can do that, man. Alright, we'll have to bookmark that. See, all these things like come up, and you're like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. Oh, well, this is going to take me 20. Oh, this is going to take, and then you forget. You forget. Like there's like a million things. Like I was watching this podcast with this crypto miner that I follow, Son of Tech. And he mentioned like 3 things that I was supposed to check out. I wanted to check out today, and I forgot what they are. So now I got to go back and watch the podcast so I can remember. There's so many things to check out, you know. Bill, your generosity, I'm just looking at the history there on the bottom right. Your generosity to the stream is much appreciated, dude. Thank you very much. Just want to say that. Thanks a lot. Super chats are always appreciated. And they get put to good use. You know, those things will get put to upgrading a gear that upgrades the stream. I started the stream out streaming on this channel, streaming on a Dell XPS laptop. 9-10 years ago, streaming Train Simulator. I think those were some of the first. Streams that I did. Let me just look back here. I'm just going to look at my channel here. My videos. Yeah, it's much appreciated. Let's just look here. Sort by date. So the first thing I ever did. Oh, I started by streaming. What is it? MLBK. No, I started streaming some Yankee stuff. If you go way back. And then MLBK 2K11 were the first game. That was the first gaming that I ever streamed on this channel. And then I started to stream Train Simulator, and I really started to get some. That was back in 2012. Let's take a look at show you guys what I'm looking at here. So here it is. Like these are the first streams. I did this one John Sterling home run call, which I have monetization off on. That was 2009. That was my first post on this channel, 2009. And this hail thing that I recorded. And then I got into some baseball, like Eduardo Nunez's first base hit, some other stuff, Jeter, at spring training, or taking bat BP. My sons and I went to a game, so I posted that. And then Austin Romine throwing down. I was at a Thunder game. Lance Berkman. And then I started playing 2K11. And then I started getting into Train Simulator. And then I got one video from Train Simulator. This one that's got over 300,000 hits. But then I had one video that really propelled my channel. What is it? It's got like 3 million hits or something. There it is. This head-on crash in Train Simulator got over 3 million views. It's still going strong. It still gets a decent amount of views. And that was the one that really started building up, what do you call it? Subscriptions, and then it just went from there. So, yeah. That's how it started. And now it's, the VR came out 4 years ago, and I started getting involved with VR. And, yeah. I'm trying to do real-world training in VR as much as possible as I work on... Oh, you're... Okay, gotcha. You're a private pilot's license. You got a little way to use a webcam setup. Oh. You got a little way to write using a webcam setup. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said that using VR to fly has really helped them. I would say, to me, if I was going to do that, I would choose X-Plane, because the flight modeling is so much more realistic. Oh, writing while in VR. Yeah, gotcha. like taking your notes down and stuff. Yeah. I mean, are you what plane do you train in? The 172, I guess. I would imagine that's probably a good one to use. 34 miles from Alexandria. 11 minutes, making our way back. Yeah, I would say that's, if you're going to practice, that's definitely the one. Explains definitely what you want to use. In the C-172, and maybe, who's that company that makes the realistic one? I can't forget. I have the plane. I can't remember which one it is. Oh, Piper Warrior. Okay. Gotcha. Well, that's a good trainer, too. I just said the C-172 because most people, you know, that's the one they train in. Or 152 is another one. All right, so there's the Delaware River snaking off to. I never realized there was that much water right there, like secondary water on the turn of the Delaware like that. Never realized that. I think that's Trenton Airport right there. I'm not sure. But that's definitely 295, I would guess, or 95. Probably 290. That's probably where 295 and 95 meet right there. All Piper at KGTU. Yeah, Piper's it's a good trainer, right? All right, we're getting back to the magenta. Look at that. Took us a little time, but we're going to get back to the magenta here in a second. Yeah, unfortunately, in FS 2020, Alexandria or N85 doesn't show up for me. Now, other people have said that they see it in there. I think I have to reinstall FS 2020. I just don't feel like doing that. I don't have the time to do it. But for some reason, that airport doesn't show up for me. Which to me is another issue with. I mean, why does an airport show up for some people and some others it doesn't? That doesn't make any sense. And I have to reinstall for it to show up. It makes no sense whatsoever. I shouldn't have to do that. Anyway, I won't rant about FS 2020. All right, hopefully the plane will turn here a little bit to the left once we grab that magenta. No, it's not grabbing it. No. Oh, that's not our magenta. Sorry, that was just the line on the chart. Yeah, I got to ask you a question, Sar. How much space does that UK update take? Did it add? Just curious. Yeah, we should do another group flight. We haven't done a group flight in a while. Guess once I get it updated, maybe we'll do a group flight next week. Why don't we do that? On Saturday we could do a group flight. We'll do an FS 2020 group flight. 22 gig. All right. Let's check the hard drive. All right, so I got that on an SSD. All right, I got 192 free on there, so I could fit it. Show you my disk space if you guys are interested here. Hold on, let me just pull up the Dell desktop. You see here we got, here's my boot drive. Actually, this is 120 gig free here. It's got some crap I got to get off of that. E drive is where I've got Steam and Microsoft Flight Simulator, so we got 192 left there. X-Planes on this drive here, 204 gig there. O drive is a 6 terabyte hard drive, Western Digital black drive. So that's where I've got all my, ortho and stuff, and video processing and backup and everything on there. So this is my Microsoft Flight Simulator drive, so we got plenty of space there. Hey Mouse, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Let's see, 22 gig world update, 5 gig UK update. Are there any so did they update anything in the US? Curious. I'm doing great, Mouse. Thank you. We're just saying next week and next Saturday, I think we're going to do a group flight. Maybe we'll do a group flight in Europe. How can you use the G2 controllers on X-Plane via Steam or something else? I use them. You can configure them now as of 11.52. They corrected some of the issues, although it's not perfect. But you can go into, I'll show you real quickly here, okay? You can go into the joystick. Well, it doesn't show them, but go into joystick configuration, and it'll show you all the, let me just get my joystick woken up here. There's my controller. When you're not flying, it'll show you here, and you can configure all the switches the way you need to, the switches and buttons the way you need to. Unfortunately, they don't have a plug and play. What the hell is going on here? Now I'm flying away from... Alright, I just don't understand what's going on here. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. This thing doesn't know where I am. Now it's saying I'm flying away, and I can tell that's the Delaware Bay. Let me just try something here. Oh, that looks like Raceway Park right there. So that's 3N6 right there, right below us. Now we're flying north, which makes sense. We're going to fly to Roanoke. We should be decreasing. Okay, this should be good. What the hell's going on? No problem, Ethic. Yeah, for some reason, I'll get there, Sar. What happened was I was supposed to be going to Roanoke to begin with, and I was BSing about music, and I forgot, and I overshot. I forgot to turn on nav, so we should be good here. I know where I'm going now, and I want to come into that waypoint anyway because it'll give us a good vector into the runway. Only 12 minutes away, so we should be good to go here. My mistake for not properly using the G1000 in the beginning. What can you say? So yeah, we were hoping that this recent update in X-Plane 11 would provide a plug-and-play for the G2 controllers, but it didn't. Apparently they fixed some mapping issues, I guess. But you still have to go through it and map all the stuff yourself. I had done that, and for some reason now, it's changed. Like you can bring up the flower menu in VR now, but unfortunately, it's not completely plug and play. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Good to see you again, man. It's going great. Crypto mining's going well. I remember when you were doing it years back, a couple of years back. So you're up to 16 GPUs. What are you using? What kind of GPUs? I'm doing fine. I'm mining very small on a 1080 Ti, but I've got a couple of GPUs on order that I'm expecting by the end of the month that I'm going to be building the first rig with. And I'm kind of focusing on Ravencoin lately. You should probably see Ravencoin is going nuts. I really believe in Ravencoin as a second wave of Bitcoin. You read about Ravencoin, it's got it's a good project, let's put it that way. But I've been mining Ethereum primarily, and Ravencoin and ZIL. So curious what GPUs you're using and what you're mining. Mix of everything. Oh, dude, how did you get 3060 Ti's? How did you get those? And did you pay retail for them? I would love to have just one 3060 Ti. Just one. For retail. I don't want to pay... They're selling for $1,000 on eBay. $1,100 on eBay. I just want one 3060 Ti. Just one. Where did you buy it? How did you get them? Mining doesn't, not much at all. Mining, I don't think mining puts much of a strain on that at all. It's very small transactions. The thing that puts the biggest hit on monthly data plan, you know, now that Xfinity is capping you at 1.2 gigabits. Is it gigabits or terabytes? 1.2 gigabits, I think it is. And I think it really goes into effect in June. It's video, because my kids are on, you know, what do you call it all the time? YouTube or Netflix or whatever. That's what kills the rates, video. That's awesome. Yeah, the 3090's a monster. Use a lot of power, but it's a monster for mining. You got to tell me where I got to figure out a way to get a couple 3060 Ti's, but I'm not paying $1,000 for them. I think that's ridiculous. I got 1060 Ti's on order. I got those for a good price. I got 3 of those on order. That's what I'm going to be mining with, and I know those are not great. They're not nowhere near the 3X series, but I couldn't get 3060 Ti's. You can't get them here. If I remember, Michael, you're not in the States, right? You're overseas. I don't want to say where. I think I remember where you are, but you're overseas, right? You built a mobile flight simulator in an RV. That's awesome. Oh, you're back. Okay, you're in Florida. Because I remember you were like Saudi Arabia or something. Or Dubai or something like that. Can't remember. So you're back in Florida. You got a mobile flight simulator in an RV. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. All right, so hit me up on Discord and let me know how you got your 3060 Ti's, please. That's pretty cool, man. Do you like rent it out or something? Do you rent it out or something? That's pretty cool, man. So is it a VR? Are the flight are the cockpits all VR? That's pretty inventive, man. Oh, you teach Navy and Air Force pilots. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. So you're using Oculus Rift S, I guess, or? All right, so all 3 of those. That's a cool business, man. That's a cool business. Quest 2. All right. And the Reverb. Oh, there's the flower. See, I have it set up so you go like this, but there's no way to select it. There's no way. I want to press the push button to select it, but the push button is the same as the wrist button or the palm button. Got to figure that out. All right, we're going to go down to 2,000. And we'll finally get to our destination here. The Quest is easy, that's why you use it, yeah. That's pretty cool, man. That's a good business. It's an excellent business, actually. Well, it's good to hear from you, Michael. I'm glad you're doing okay. Glad you're back. Glad you're making money in crypto. I know you were early on mining. I remember when you were doing it. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And I started to get into it. Actually, then I was mining a little bit on Ethermine, and I wish I had stopped doing it because I had, whatever reason, lost interest or was doing. I wish I had kept it up. That was a couple of years ago. I wish I had kept it up because by now I'd have all this Ethereum, and Ethereum is $2,000 a shot. Which, have you been mining all this time, or because I thought I remember you saying at one point that you would stop mining. I guess during the major bear market, like a lot of people. Because if you've been mining Ether all this time, man, you're doing pretty damn good, I'm sure. I mean, I started mining again, like back in 2020, like in September, October. So I reaped a few, I reaped a few things, and I was mining Ravencoin too. So that's, I think, yeah, you had it all shut down. That's what I thought. I thought you shut it all down. But Ravencoin, I believe in Ravencoin. I believe in Ravencoin, and it's really the last couple of days has been shooting up, and apparently Coinbase is going to list them, which is the main reason why it's shooting up, I think. All right, so we got 19 miles to Aroic, and I could tell by the hills of northern New Jersey here that we're heading in the right spot. How's the electricity costs down there in Florida? Let me guess, you're using solar. Look how smooth that is. It's so smooth. The G2 is so amazing. It's only going to get better, folks. Just imagine when they can economically put 2 4K panels in a headset. For a consumer-grade headset. It'll be twice the density. Oof. That's going to be amazing. Then we'll be approaching real-world eyesight, I think, when you can put 2 4Ks reasonably. I'm not talking about Pi. I've got issues with Pimax. I know Pimax has their 4K or 8K, whatever it is. Don't get me started on Pimax. In a product I can trust. Let's put it that way. Now I'm going to get a bunch of comments. Oh, you can trust Pimax. Sorry. All right, we're getting close to Alexandria. Oh, so you're a tech on the real simulators. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, dude. What a cool job. Oops. I just put my foot on the pedals there, guys. That's what happened. Because we're getting close here to having to actually fly the aircraft, so... So do you mind with any 3070s, Michael? Yeah, you get paid to enjoy your hobby. Do you mind with the 3070? Because I was looking at the hash rates on the 3070, and someone was talking about 60 mega hash at like 118, 120 watts with a 3070. Are you seeing that? Yeah, I know Canada's got some amazing kilowatt rates. No, okay. Yeah, I know you can get it like 7 or 8 cents in Canada, which is great. I'm about 12 cents here, where I am. Which isn't fantastic, but in today's crypto mining world, cost of electricity doesn't really matter. That'll change. It's not going to go up forever, you know. I mean, Bitcoin's approaching 60,000 a coin, man. Holy crap. That's amazing. I'm just hoping that, you know, I missed the Bitcoin thing. I missed Ethereum. I have a little Ethereum, but not a major amount. I'm hoping that Raven coin will be the next one, you know. I believe in hydro, and I know Canada's got a lot of hydro. Hydro's the way to go. Wind power, Solar power, okay. It's expensive. Hydro, I think hydro's the way to go. You deliver it the old-fashioned way. You don't need batteries. You send it on the wire. You know, people forget, like solar power, you need batteries, and batteries, what do you do in batteries when they're dead? Yeah, the 6800 is a great card for mining, that's for sure. I'm not sure if they have any electric planes in X-Plane yet. I'm not sure. All right, what's happening now? Now I'm moving away again. All right, I just activated straight to N85, so we're going there. Because either I'm making a mistake or I don't know. Your sons work for ERCOT and they're being blamed for all the power issues in Texas. What did I put in? What do you mean? I don't know. I got distracted talking about music. How's it tracking on? So your sons work for ERCOT. Is that the wind energy provider? That's all the wind turbines shut down because of the ice or whatever? I think bad planning is the blame for the power issues. How's it tracking on the G2 when you look down for a long time? I haven't had any issues with that at all. All right, Bill. Hey, thanks again for the super chat, man. I appreciate your support for the channel. Yeah, we're gonna do a group flight next week. We'll definitely do that. Energy Reliability Commission. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? People always have to have somebody to blame, right? So in your G1, you always seem to cut them down when the cockpit off. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. I haven't had any. The only issue I have with the G2 is that because it's the LCD panels, when you can't fly at night. At night, you get like this gray haze and you can't see crap. So night flying is not great in these headsets. Yeah, so let's organize that. Like, I'm going to do it, like, schedule it. I'm going to put this, like, when I sign off today, I'm going to schedule it for next week. Right off the thing. And we'll try to get as many people as we can. I think we start at London City Airport. I think we'll start at London City Airport. Derek, I already gave that away. Check the video on my YouTube channel. I posted it in the description and also pinned the link. Pinned a message, a comment that describes who the winner is. So check that out there. I don't know, man. They went to an LCD. I don't know. And I wish they had OLED or LED. Yeah, so I'm going to promote that group fight. Like I said, I'll put something, I'll schedule it as soon as I finish with the stream today. And it'll be up there for a week. So hopefully people will see it. We can promote it. Get a bunch of people. And figure out where. I think we start at London City. Keep it GA. Low and slow. Alright. And we'll do a UK flight. I haven't flown in the UK a lot. So I think that'd be kind of cool to do. Yeah, I'm not sure why they changed the panels. I wish they had gone with the LED. But they didn't, so. I'd like to fly over the English Channel. So maybe we'll do a London to France. We'll do a London City, take off there, and we'll pick a cool airport in France. Skid mark, I'll probably fly the SR-22. Like I said, GA planes, low and slow. I'll probably fly the SR-22. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. When I look down at the floor inside the plane, it's black. You can't see the pedals. Maybe I've got something configured wrong. If you're happy with it, I'd love to hear what the settings are and which sim you're talking about. Because I find in both X-Plane 11 and FS 2020 that the night flights in the G2, you just get this gray. I get this gray fog. And I can't really see anything unless there's bright light on it. Maybe I'm being too picky. I don't know. The Lindbergh flight. Yeah, that would take a long time. We'd have to have a long stream for that, right? But I think we do a London City over the English Channel and land somewhere in France. We'll do that. I'll take a look at it today, and I'm going to map it out, and then I'll put out we'll schedule up and see if we can get a bunch of people to fly with us. Big group flight. How about that? Oh, you started the Earhart flight. Huh. I'm sure that doesn't end well. I once did a long time ago. Did a cross country flight. I think I went from East Coast to West Coast in the SR-22. It was the V-Flight Air SR-20 in X-Plane. Outside was fine. Saw city lights. Inside, inside view was great with the PC internal. Okay. You don't remember looking at your pedals. So yeah, like for some reason, like when I look outside, if there's not any light on it, it's completely black. Like you can't see the wing. You can't see like shades. I can't see shades of gray. I don't know what it is, man. It just, you can't see shades of gray. All right, we got 5 miles to N85, so let me start paying attention here. I'm going off autopilot. There's a train down there. I don't care what anybody says. FS 2020 does not have the same flight, not the same feeling of flight dynamics that this simulator has. There's no way. Alexandria traffic, 328 Tango Delta will be landing runway, I don't know what. But we finally got to our airport. Pardon me. Despite all the consternation. There it is right there. We're going full flaps. We got gear down. What overlay? As far as what the graphic resolution, I think it's 16. I can't remember. It's been so long, dude. It's pretty high resolution. I think it's 16 is what I used. God, this feels so amazing. And coming in hot. I'm going to go around. It's coming in too hot there, guys. right, let's try this again. There's N40 right there. Sky Manor. It's a pretty cool little airport. Got a great restaurant there. That is so smooth, man. Holy crap, is that smooth. And clear. Wow. That was great. Just keeps getting better and better. And did you know that at this airport, someone put a woman wearing a bikini next to a Mercedes-Benz? Did you know that? Oh, trees and buildings overlay. Oh, I have buildings at high, and I've got. Oh, I guess did I miss it? It's over here. I've got buildings at high, and I have trees turned off. There is a little add-on called Zap Trees, or a little mod called Zap All Trees that gets rid of all X-Plane 11 trees. I'm actually probably going to turn them back on because I turned that off before I got the new CPU. You can see there's the Mercedes, and there's a woman wearing a bikini, which is pretty strange. Like, why did someone put that there? All right, we're going to park her right here. All right, let's see what we got here. So, finish our flight. Beautiful. Just check the night experience in VR. You are correct regarding the black wings, but it's not an issue for you. Okay. Yeah, for me it is. It's maybe I'm being picky. Everyone should just set aside a few bucks for X-Plane 12. Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to be as expensive as FS 2020, I don't think. They'll probably charge 60, 70 bucks for it, something like that. All right, let's check out how we did in what do you call it? VR in what do you call it? FSEconomy. So this is a little bit more of a trip. We made $1,100 for the group. All right, not as much as Cracker brings in for the group or Skidmark. Those guys fly like maniacs. Some of the other folks. But yeah, not a bad day. Let's see. Oh yeah, X-Plane. So I'm gonna buy and go through X-Plane. Any gambles on when it comes out? I would guess sometime in 2021. They haven't said anything about it. I know from a high source, I've said this before, from a high source at Laminar that it is being worked on. You're slacking, yeah. Appreciate all you do for both groups now, because you fly for on air too. I would say sometime in 2021, SAR, something like that. And SAR flies for the group too. Isn't that you that flies the PC-12, SAR? You're I'm gonna say, hold on. Is that you? What is your name in FSEconomy? Maybe I have a different person. Yes, Soonjar. Okay. Appreciate all the flights, dude. Appreciate all the flights. Every flight sim except FS25 because it's zero force feedback. Oh, FS2. Yeah. Aerofly FS2, yeah. Yes, Soonjar. Sorry, I appreciate it. All the flights that you've done. And you've, generated a lot of money for the group, and that's much appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I got you, dude. I got you. Alrighty, well, guys, that's just about almost 3 hours now. It's going to about do it for me. I'm going to sign off here. You can see there. See the background, you got the woman in the bikini, which is really odd that someone would put that there, but oh well. All right, guys. So I appreciate all the feedback and the involvement in the chat today. And Bill, thank you for the super chat again. Appreciate that and the support for the channel. Really do appreciate the support. Next week we're going to do a group flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we'll get out the details on that fairly shortly, so that should be lots of fun. Low and slow GA planes, no jets. All right, guys. Hey, listen, thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.